Good evening. This is Tyrone Holmes, the founder and CEO of the Men of Simplified Dallas. We want to welcome you back to another Power Pack broadcast of the Trauma Network for Men. Brother Josh?
Yes, sir.
Good to see you, brother.
You too, brother.
This brother been going through some things with school. Woo-wee. But I tell him to be encouraged because anything that's worth having, I told you, that's why I sent that text to you today, Brother Josh, to encourage you, to let you know it's going to be hard. But if you don't work towards something that's worth it,
you're gonna fail every time.
You're gonna fail every time. And then I sent that message today on the Midday Inspiration, which we just started on online, about quitting. You can't quit, man, because that's what the enemy wants you to do.
Oh yeah, he always wants you to do that.
Exactly.
So once you do that,
that's right. He wins. He wins.
And then he's gonna get you every time.
So we want to encourage you, men, don't quit. Don't give up. Yes, times gonna get hard. Things gonna look like it's impossible. It seems like everything is not working out for you, but never ever give up, because you never know when God is gonna send somebody in your life to encourage you, another man to encourage you and lift your spirits up, because that's what we need as men. Hearing another man say, I'm proud of what you're doing, continue to work for it, I'm here to support you, we love you. That's what you need as a here as a man, and that's what we do here at MSF. So we're so glad for you. We thank you so very much. We are at 14,500 views. Praise be to God. It seems like we're getting like 100, a little over 100 views per week, maybe 200 views per week. So that's awesome. We thank you so very much for all your support. Those that are watching us on your laptop, on your tablet, your smartphone, or your home PC, we thank you so very much for all your support. Please go on YouTube and subscribe to be a subscriber. We love to have you. Please talk to us through the broadcast. Send us messages if you want us to talk on a certain subject that we have not talked on. But I know we have talked on basically on everything, really.
Yes, sir.
But if you have an idea and you want to hear something from a man perspective,
or if they want us to expand on something,
or if you want us to expand on something, we'll be more than willing to do that. Just let us know. Email us. Our emails on our website at www.theministersimplifieddallas.com, or you can call me directly at 919-482-5850, and I'll be more than willing to talk to you, pray with you. Anything you have a concern about your family, your husband, your wife, women, or men with your sons, please call us. We'll be more than willing to help you out here at MSF. Well, we're going to get started today. We got a Power Pack broadcast for you. It's going to be off the chain today, so you better be prepared, all right?
we're going to knock you out your socks.
We're going to get Brother Josh to start the reading of our scriptures, and then we're going to get right into our broadcast for this evening.
All right, the first scripture comes from Psalms 127, 3-5.
All right.
And the scripture says, Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord.
Wow.
The fruit of the womb is a reward.
Yes.
Like arrows in the hand of a warrior. I need to go any further.
There it is, brother. Woo!
So are the children of one's youth.
Yes.
Happy who is the man who has his quiver full of them.
Yes. Yes. His quiver. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Good God from
The
Zion.
second one is Proverbs 22:6.
Yes.
And it says, train up a child in the way he should go.
Yes.
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Good God from Zion. Woo! We're gonna have.
I don't think we gotta go any further than that.
We ain't gotta go no further. We ain't gotta go no further than that, Brother Josh. Today's broadcast is entitled "So You Call Yourself a Man." Why do some men aim their sons at a target and they're not qualified to hit it themselves? Good God from Zion.
We're gonna get down.
Wow. Brother Josh just read a scripture dealing with a man with a quiver and an arrow. All right, a quiver is the pouch that he wears on the back of his shoulder, and he puts his arrows in there. Now, Brother Josh and I was just talking briefly before the broadcast came on about archery. If anybody knows about archery, Brother Josh, explain to us in a little bit from your own experience as being a young man and growing up about archery. What's the experience has been to you, and what does it, just give me a little background about shooting bows and shooting arrows on a bow.
Well, put me on the spot, huh?
I'll put you on the spot, brother. Yes, sir.
I guess it'll start for me when I was probably about 8 or 9. I used to go out and get these sticks.
Okay.
And put rubber bands together, put them on the boat,
and just shoot it.
and just have fun, But when I went to summer camp, when I was younger, they had an archery.
Yeah.
And it's not as easy as it looks.
That's right.
Because you got to have that strength to pull the bow back.
Yes.
But also, you have to have the strength to aim it.
There you go.
But if you can't aim it,
there you go.
And you shoot it, it's going to go everywhere.
It's going to go everywhere.
You don't know which way it's going to go.
That's right.
And some men or so-called men teach their son to shoot a bow and arrow, but you can't unless you know how to do it yourself.
Yes. So what Brother Josh is saying is, when we talk about archery, we're gonna get into a little bit about the history of archery, because I think it's so very important. Because we as men, generally speaking, we try to tell our sons certain things. Whether you're a man that's in the household, or you're not with your son and your wife, or your son's mother, he's with his son's mother, and you're not there. See, you're trying to bring up a young boy, and you're not qualified to do it because you have not been trained properly.
You can't.
You can't do it.
The only way you can do it is if masculinity has been bestowed upon you.
That's right. And we're going to get into that a little bit tonight. And this is going to be a two-part series. Part 1 tonight, and then part 1 next week. We're going to get into it again. So part 2. That's what I meant to say. Part 2 next week. I'm sorry for that. What happens is that sometimes in life, we as men, we want to do right, but we don't know how to do right.
Is that, especially growing up in the street background. You want to do right, but all you know is the street.
All you know is the street.
And
That's right.
It goes the same thing with prison and jail.
That's right.
When a man goes into a jail, he might never come out, depending on what his crime is.
That's right.
But if he's ever done time, and he comes out into the world, he doesn't know what to do, because all he's been known and trained was jail.
There you go. See,
but how, even if you have a son on the outside and you want to come back into his life, the son might not listen to you because you weren't there for him when he was growing up.
That's right.
And you want to come back into his life.
That's right.
But how are you going to steer somebody in the right direction?
That's right.
If you don't go in the right direction yourself?
Absolutely. Praise be to God. All right, well, let's get into this, and I'm glad Brother Josh said it. Let's get into this message today and see what we can learn, and try to aim you men in the right direction, so you that are trying to train your child, it's never too late to learn, but it's going to be harder, but you can start learning practical things that we teach here at MSF to help you to direct your son in the right direction.
All right. What is archery?
Okay.
Archery is the practice or skill of using a bow to prepare arrows.
Yes.
The word comes from the Latin arcus.
Yes.
Historically, archery has been used for hunting and combat.
All right.
Excuse me, brother. In modern times, it is mainly a competitive sport and recreational activity.
Yes.
A person who participates in archery is typically called an archer or a bowman.
That's right.
And a person who is fond of an expert at archery is sometimes called a toxophilic.
Toxophilic. That's right. So basically what it's saying is archery basically was used for hunting. All right, to hunt prey. Back when there was no guns, they used
the Mohicans.
That's right, with the Indians. That's right. But now, even to this day, now they
still use bow.
For turkeys and other things that nature. They use bow, so it won't rip the flesh apart of the animal. So basically, if that bowsman does not have the strength to aim that thing in the right direction, he will never hit the target. So men, you have to be prepared in life to be able to prepare your son for the things in life. If you're not prepared, you're aiming that boy in the wrong direction. You may have a good.
You setting him up for failure.
You setting him up for failure. You may have a good. You may have a good reason you want to do right, but you just don't know how to do it. So that's what this broadcast is all about tonight. Let's go down. I know. That's okay. All right. Let's go down. Let's go down to aiming methods. Yeah, we can get into aiming methods.
There are two main forms of aiming in archery, using a mechanical or a fixed sight or bare bow.
Okay. Come on, brother, let's talk to me.
I'm excited, brother. Mechanical sights can be affixed to the bow to aid in aiming.
Yes.
They can be as simple as a pin.
Yes.
Or may use optics with magnification.
Yes.
They usually have a peep sight, rear sight built into the string.
Yes.
Which aids in a consistent anchor point. Modern compound bows, gotta distinguish the two.
Okay, all right.
Because there's a recurve and there's a compound.
See, well, you need to talk. You know probably a little bit more about it than I do. All right. Come on, brother, talk to me. Come on, son, talk to me.
The recurve, it's mostly made out of wood.
Okay. Okay.
And the reason it's called a recurve is because it goes at the top like this. And then it comes down and curves in the middle.
Oh.
So that's why they call it a recurve.
So what's the purpose of it being recurve? It's just different types of bow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It starts at a point up top.
Okay.
And then it comes down and it recurves like it. It's supposed to be better aiming.
Oh, I see.
Better aiming.
Okay. All right. Okay.
The compound's the one that you go hunting with.
Okay. All right.
All right. Modern compound bows automatically limit the draw strength to give a consistent arrow velocity.
Okay.
While traditional bows allow great variation in draw length.
Okay.
Some bows use mechanical methods to make the draw length consistent.
Okay.
Barebow archers often use a slight sight picture, which includes the target, the bow, the hand, the arrow shaft, and the arrow tip, as seen at the same time by the archer, with a fixed archer point, anchor point.
Yes.
When the string is brought to or close to the face, and fully extended bow arm, successive shots, taken with the sight picture in the same position following the same point. This lets the archer adjust aim with successive shots to achieve accuracy.
Okay, we can stop right there. So give me a synopsis of what you just said so the ones in the watch broadcast can understand archery, because I haven't did it over maybe 40 years. It's been a long time.
That's because you old time.
I'm getting old, son. It's been because I went to camp 2 years straight and we did have archery. That thing was hard for me to pull back, and I still never had mastery because I never practiced it. So basically what you said, that there's two types of bows there.
Yep.
One for, I guess you said a compound, modern compound, and the other one is a bear bow.
Bear bow.
Okay, so the one you said that's curved.
It's called a recurve.
A recurve. So, and the other one, as you said, the one they use for. So if
Hunting is a compound.
So a compound. So what would you use that for compared to one they use in hunting? And what's the difference? I don't know. I'm asking. I need to know.
Why do you put me on the spot?
I'm just asking. I want. So they don't know what I can know.
From what I understand, the recurves were used by the Indians for hunting.
Okay.
But when it came in the 20th century,
it got more popular.
They kind of phased out because of the compound bow, which is a lot. It's a lot heavier, but it's a lot more accurate.
Okay. So basically, they gave up the traditional point to get more accuracy.
Pretty much.
Okay. Pretty much. Okay. All right.
And also you can get more speed with a compound because you're not with a recurve. You can only pull it back to a certain area.
Oh, I see.
But with a compound bow, you got the thing on your arm, but it comes back. That's why I say when the face is fully extended.
Yeah.
Which is like that because it's right at your face.
Oh, I understand.
That's why it's so hard, because it's not really as hard. It's the way they have it, because they have different settings.
I see. Okay.
On the modern compound bow, they have different settings. Each one can make you however strong that you want it.
I understand. So there's adjustment mechanisms on it. Okay. So you know what? I'm glad you said it, because when I was looking at the Olympics in 2012, they had archery in there. And so it looks like it's very easy, but it's very difficult. It's not as easy as hard. Okay, so let's get into the message tonight, Brother Josh. Let's go to a father's advice to his son on becoming a man. I want you to listen very, very closely, men. All right, if you're going to aim your son, you may not be qualified to do this, but you can learn how to do this and how to be a man and to train your child to be a better man as he grows up. Let's get into this.
A father's advice to his son on becoming a man, part 1.
Yes.
Today you are a boy, a child.
Yes.
But one day you'll be a man, an adult. If you even know what that is. Becoming an adult is a big change.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, very. It is. As an adult, you'll need to take responsibility for your own life. Now, what does that mean, Ron?
What does that mean? What that means is that
it goes back to the scripture said.
What?
I don't know quote for quote, but it said that today you are a child, you learned as a child, you spoke as a child.
When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I did as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Which is basically what this is saying.
That's basically what it's saying. So being a man, part of being a man is responsibility. But if that child has not been taught or aimed in the right direction of responsibility, he's not going to know what responsibility is.
No, he's not.
So a lot of children today are in the street, on the corner, in gangs.
Because they have that father wound. It's the father wound.
That father's not there. So what happens is they don't have no responsibility. They don't know what responsibility is.
No, because they didn't have a man in their life.
That's right. To train them and to aim them in the right direction. Come on, son.
Power for the night, brother.
Come on. All right, let's go down.
When you're a child, your parents protect you.
Yes.
They protect you from the dangers that come from outside forces. And they also try to protect you from the harm you bring on yourself when you do the wrong thing.
Yes.
Gang life.
Okay.
drugs,
Mm-hmm.
alcohol.
That's right. All that stuff comes.
Protect the sex.
That's correct. That's right.
When you're a child, you get used to this protection. You learn to rely on your parents to protect you.
Okay, now that's a very good point there, Brother Josh. A lot of children are not protected today. They have no parental guidance because, well, if the father is not there.
A lot of them, they're Go ahead, brother.
A lot of parents are not there. One, the man may not be there. 9 times out of 10, the man is not in the home. Generally speaking, I'm not saying all families, but generally speaking, the man is not home or he's absent, and then the mother has to take up the slack and work 2 jobs. So what happens is there is no parental guidance there for that child. So he really doesn't have the protection. He has to learn to fend for himself in a world that he does not understand.
It goes back to the Native Americans. Mm-hmm. It was a rite of passage.
Sure.
When they got at a certain age to be go with nothing but a bow. And go out there.
Absolutely.
And that's how they learned their lessons in life.
Absolutely. But
they were forced to go out.
Well, but they were learned and trained at an early age.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
But see, as men, we gotta like you do KD. You teach KD.
Sure.
If you teach KD at an early age, or any child at an early age, when they grow up, that value is instilled in them.
That's right.
And then they know how to be a man.
That's right.
What it is.
What it is. That's right. They know what the meaning is. Okay. That's right.
If you teach a child, a mother can only teach a child so much.
So much. That's right.
The father
is the one.
Has to be the one to answer the question.
He's the one that has to direct them and aim them at the right direction.
If there's no man in the home,
that's right.
The mother can't do it.
No, can't do it. She can love him and nurture him.
Love to nurture him, but she can't give him the strength and support
that's right.
that a man.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely, Brother Josh. You hitting on it. You hitting on it. All right, let's go down. Go down to 8, brother.
Of course, they don't protect you perfectly.
Yes.
Even as a child, you learn to protect yourself in certain situations.
Okay.
But when you're a child, you know that an adult will rescue or at least try if you get in major trouble.
That's right.
That's not so much nowadays.
No, it isn't. It isn't.
But when you're an adult, listen to this.
Yes.
But when you're an adult, people no longer protect you.
That's right. That's right.
Again?
Yeah, you can say that again because we stop right there.
When you're an adult, people no longer protect you.
And see what happens is, and that's
Tyrone.
Hold on. What the problem is that what happens is if you're not truly equipped in life as a young boy growing up, because we talk about the 3 separations at age 5, at adolescent, and then when he becomes a young man at age 18. There's some things going on. He's not really equipped, so now he's not being protected anymore. So now he has to fend for himself, and he don't really understand what's going on in the world.
And that's when he get into the game.
He can get into the games if he feels that he hasn't got the love, he wasn't supported. I got a young man, one of my clients, felt the same way, got himself back in trouble again. Now he's locked up. Now, because he didn't get that support. And see, that's what happened, men. If you're not around that young boy at a young age and training him and instill the importance of life in him, and if you don't know what it is to be a man, it's going to be very hard for you to point that young man at the bullseye if you cannot direct him in the right direction. Go ahead, Brother Josh. Whew. Boy, that's powerful.
I'm trying to gather my thoughts what I was going to say.
When you're an adult?
Well, when you're an adult, most people expect you to protect yourself.
Yes.
Therefore, as you grow up, you must change your ways.
That's correct.
Let me do that. Let me keep reading this, but very importantly, listen. You must learn to do things for yourself.
Yes.
Even an adult must sometimes ask for help.
That's right.
I'm going to say that again. Even an adult must sometimes ask for help.
That's right.
But it goes back. But if you don't want that help, then it ain't there.
That's right. And if you're not,
the help's there. But you gotta want to take it.
But if they have not been trained how to communicate,
us men, we don't know how to communicate. But when we do open up to another brother, oh man, you a sissy, man. Suck it up. We get what's the word?
What, feminized?
Yeah, we get feminized.
Yeah.
Oh, you a sissy. You a woman. Go behave like a woman.
Yeah.
But see, women on the other hand, are nurtured.
That's right.
They learn to communicate.
That's right.
Even at an early age.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
No
if,
doubt.
but if we try to communicate with another man, especially our father.
Yes.
Because I remember my father.